Okay, so good evening. This is Vet Sports on eBay.com, also known as Mark Ball, Ball Breakers, what nickname you want to give me. Um, Tonight we're busting a fresh case of the Panini Prizm. Okay, it's a 12-box case, but we're only doing the first half tonight. The second half will be tomorrow. Okay, Prizm's usually done really good with these breaks, so a lot of you guys who've been repeat customers, you guys know as well. It's been pretty good. Let me go over to teams real quick. Okay, Mr. Heiser picked up the Chiefs, Falcons, and Saints tonight. Mr. Heiser, if you're in the room, let me know if you've seen the refund I just sent you. Okay, B. Norland, 2012, picked up the Vikings and the Bucks. D's picked up the Panthers. Stray Cat picked up the Rams. And Keo, Mr. David, picked up the Dolphins. I know you're already in the room. Okay. Geach picked up the Eagles and Titans out of this group. Stang Lover picked up the Cardinals and Chargers. Clover, Mr. Gillette, picked up the Giants, Packers, Bills, Patriots, and Browns. Picked up some of the big boys. John picked up the Texans, Redskins, and 49ers. Dustin picked up the Ravens and Colts. Giebers got the Seahawks, Bengals, and Jaguars. Nick's got the Steelers. Sister Salon, I know you're already in the room. You got the Lions tonight. Shite Lar, and again, if I butcher these screen names, you'll have to forgive me. Picked up the Bears. Rosa Lil Bit picked up the Raiders. Ooh, some stuff. Picked up the Broncos. Pinstripe Bombers picked up the Jets. And Sick Cowboys picked up the Cowboys. Okay. Making sure I'm not missing any teams. Okay. So as long as there's no issue there. Okay, we'll go straight into the break. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and pull the boxes out, and I'll tilt the camera from there. Hopefully we'll get another black Finette. But those are the remaining 6 that'll be for tomorrow night's auction, guys. So jump on board if you can. Okay, some exciting news if you just got on tonight. If you're familiar with my progressive pot promo that I do, that pot had just capped out as of last break. Okay, so now we are at $25 for my promo for tonight. So what does that mean? That means nobody had a correct guess in 20 breaks. Okay. But when I get to that 6th and final box, I'll go in more detail because I did see a handful of new names. Okay, but for now, let me set that back where you guys can still see it. Okay, but for now, we'll go ahead and get busted with these 6 boxes. Let me get my sleeves and top loaders here. Stand by. What do I do with them? Give me just a moment. Okay, I'm just blind. They're sitting over here behind the scanner. Yeah, I'll just open them as I need them. Okay. Box number 1. I'm also going to do this real quick. If you guys are in my group, that's great. If you're not, this is my Facebook group. Feel free to join. Okay, I try and do mixers off of eBay. Eventually, I'll be doing case breaks and stuff like that. But that's a good place to start to see what I'm up to. The other day, we had a mixer for some of the 2015 Leaf product. We pulled a really nice Jamie Winston crystal ball out of it. We got another one coming up next week. It's already full, but it's 2015 Bowman, 2014 Topps Triple Threads, and 2014 Platinum. So if you guys enjoy seeing variety of boxes, get in there and jump on board, because I'm going to try and do 2 to 3 mixers a week to go ahead and cap along with my case breaks. And some of the guys in the room will tell you, try and have fun with it, and they're going through doing some trades and stuff now. So I'm hoping to see some tie-dyes. Hey, yeah, appreciate that, David. Hoping to see some tie-dyes with this break, and I'm also hoping to see another Black Finette. The last one we pulled, the first one, was Johnny Manziel. You talking about a giant. Number 1 draft pick, and set their turnaround pull is 101. Good Lord. Some of these packs don't want to open up. Okay, so good luck, everybody. We're getting ready to start box number 1. Okay, I'm going to try and scoot in here to where that camera is. Okay. Okay, so back-to-back. Actually, I'm back-to-back inserts starting off. Okay, so the first one's green and yellow. Teddy Bridgewater. Or, excuse me. I'm sorry. Teddy Bridgewater was the top card in the pack. So I'm sorry, I'm not trying to confuse you. Toby Gerhart for the Jaguars. Underneath that was Rob Gronkowski. Orange parallel for the Patriots. Okay, we got our first die cut. Believe the Hype. Aaron Murray for the Chiefs. Make sure. Okay. I hear that thing going off. I want to make sure I'm not missing anybody's messages. Okay. Our first Prizm parallel. Frank Gifford, all-time great for the New York Giants. And that's 37 out of 99. Now what? What you want? Okay. He should know where I'm at. Okay. First Air Marshal we got. Drew Brees for the Saints. Well, wouldn't you know, we'd have to start off one of those. Okay. We got another Believe the Hype, Teddy Bridgewater. This is the refractor version. Okay. Okay, our next die cut. We got our first intro. Alex Smith for the Kansas City Chiefs. Okay, another double hit pack. First one, Terrence West of the Browns. And then we got the red and yellow, Brian Hoyer. So it was a double brown box, or pack. Never fails what, Wander? Did I miss something? Fresh Faces, Jadeveon Clowney for the Texans. Okay, I just talked about this guy right here, Johnny Manziel. Rookie Prizm refractor. Okay, got another one, Daqueezy Denard for the Bengals. Okay, then we got Vincent Jackson for the Buccaneers. Got our next intro, Brandon Marshall for the Bears. Oh, yeah. That last Prison Break, though, if memory serves me correctly, I'd have to go back and look, but we didn't get a single points for the last half of the case, and I think we got an extra auto. I'd have to go back and look. Okay, speaking of which, Nick, would you like a Mr. Bettis out of 75? That's the NFL emblem parallel. Okay, double hit pack, the first one. Class ring, Blake Bortles for the Jaguars. Underneath that, red and yellow, Michael Irvin for the Cowboys. Okay, I see some green and yellow, and it's at a spot where I think it might be autographed, guys. And it is. Okay, so nice. Out of 50. Green and yellow, Jimmy Garoppolo for the Patriots. I'll get that sleeve in just a second. No hits in that pack. Okay, we got a hands team. This time it's Jimmy Graham for the Saints. Okay, now we got the red and yellow Mike Evans for the Buccaneers. Okay, Derek Carr, Fresh Faces. So Raiders are on board. Okay, box 2. Okay, box number 2. Yeah, I can imagine. I'm looking into that Trinity. Um, I'm getting some stuff that I've already got pre-staged up for next week, but I'm trying to talk them into coming down a little bit more on the Trinity because right now it is a little steep. But some of those teams they're doing good. The Steelers been doing pretty good. The obviously the Bucks and the Titans been doing even better. So, but I am looking at, and I might even throw another leaf mixer, but it'll probably go up price wise because it'll be 4 boxes of the leaf metal draft, the leaf clear, leaf ultimate, and leaf Trinity. So, or I can leave it as 3 boxes and just see where it goes from there, and just switch out one of the others. But we'll go from there. But I'm interested to see how that Trinity looks, in person. Okay, so we got our next die cut, and that's AJ McCarron for the Bengals. Believe the hype. Okay, for the Lions, Matthew Stafford, and that's out of 125. Okay, Chad Henne for the Jaguars. Our next intro, EJ Manuel for the Bills. Okay, orange parallel, Larvis. Well, I'm just butchering this. Jarvis Landry for the Dolphins. Jimmy Garoppolo fresh faces for the Patriots. Underneath that, we got Darren McFadden for the Raiders. Okay, our next fresh face is Mr. Hill for the Bengals. Okay. Surprised we didn't see our first auto yet. Okay, Marquise Lee for the Jaguars. We got the hands team parallel. You can see the refraction on that. And that's Andre Johnson for the Texans. Okay, our next intro is Mr. Gore. Al Gore. No, I'm sorry, Frank Gore for the 49ers. Okay, I'm seeing NFL emblem, and I got a funny feeling it's autographed. And it is. For the Saints, Brandon Cooks, and that is serial numbered out of 15, guys. That is nice. Out of 15. I think that's the first Brandon Cooks I pulled out of this product. Okay, underneath that, we got Alshon Jeffrey for the Bears. Okay, first card to be randomized. Jerry Rice for the 49ers and Calvin Johnson for the Texans. Set you right there. Matt Schaub for the Raiders. And then AJ McCarron, rookie parallel for the Bengals. So both our autos so far has been serial numbered versions. 1 out of 50 and 1 out of 15, so that's not bad at all. That's why it's taking so long. Guess what? Hey, Wander, I think he just jinxed us. Okay, Justin Gilbert, red and yellow for the Browns. Underneath that, another Saints. This is the green and yellow from Marquise Colston. Okay, double hit pack for the Bengals. This is AJ Green, Hands team. Along with a red and yellow, Frank Gifford for the New York Giants. We got another NFL emblem. This time it's Jerick McKinnon for the Vikings, and that's out of 75. And then the last one is a die cut Air Marshals. And that one is Jay Cutler for the Bears. No, when we were talking about the points earlier, that's why. I was only teasing you. We did that with Johnny Manziel a while back, if you remember. We were talking about him, and all of a sudden I pulled that damn, that 1-of-1 Finette. So, you know how you kind of talk things up. That was packaged in the box upside down. Kind of curious. That'll be the last pack, so we'll see what this one produces. Okay, so box number 3. Let's see how this goes. That's the way to do it. Keep talking them up. Well, we dropped down to 6 viewers. Well, we're back at 7. Small group tonight. Normally we have 14 or 15 in the group. Okay, box number 3. Get rid of that kid reporter card. And starting off, Mr. Bradford for the Rams. Green and yellow, Jamal Charles for the Chiefs. For the Browns, Isaiah Crowell, orange. Fresh faces, Giovanni Bernard for the Bengals. I've got a blue coming up. Before that, We've got a Hakeem Nicks for the Colts. And then out of 50, Roddy White for the Falcons. Our next hands team, Jimmy Graham for the Saints. Is that the second one? Yeah, it's the second one so far at this portion. Okay. Out of 99, Bo Jackson for the Raiders. And that is 92 out of 99. Underneath that, Trent Richardson for the Colts. Air Marshals, Matthew Stafford for the Lions. Okay, our first auto for the Jaguars, Chris Smith. It's non-serial numbered. I think that's the first Chris Smith that I pulled. Matter of fact, Brandon Cooks. I pulled a Jimmy Garoppolo, so far it looks like we're seeing a different crop of autographs. It's not a bad thing. Okay, we got our next hands team parallel. That's Wes Welker for the Broncos. It's the refracted version. Double hit pack, Tom Rathman for the 49ers. The green and yellow, and then the red and yellow for the Rams, Zach Stacy. Parallel for Jeff Janis of the Packers. And our next hands team is Calvin Johnson for the Lions. Okay, last portion. Let's see what this second auto is going to be. Okay, out of 125, Blake Bortles for the Jaguars. These cards are just sliding. Okay, fresh faces, ODB, Giants. Okay, our next one is another numbered auto. This time out of 75, Chris Borland for the 49ers. We pulled one of his the other day. It was, or not the other day, but the other week. 10 out of 10. It was a gold auto. Two-card stick? Yep. Orange, Mike Glennon for the Buccaneers. Okay, Andrew Luck, Colts, for the intros. This is a nice one. Green and yellow, Odell Beckham Jr., Giants. So that's two Odells out of this box. Sammy Watkins, class ring for the Bills. And in the last hit, Cody Latimer, I believe the hype die cut for the Broncos. Hey, box number 4. We'll be here, David. Okay, box number 4. Let's get it started and rolling. Red and yellow, Sammy Watkins for the Bills. Our next hand team, there you go for the Cowboys, Des Bryant. For the Ravens, red and yellow, C.J. Mosley. Fresh faces, Marquise Lee, Jaguars. Okay. J.J. Watt for the Texans. Rolling, rolling. Okay, T.J. Jones for the Lions. Okay, our next intro, Colin Kaepernick, 49ers. Out of 125, Brett Favre. This one's in the Vikings uniform. You guys aren't tracking. Brett Favre's the only one that's he's on 3 separate teams in this product: Jets, Vikings, and Packers. Speaking of which, this one's going to be random off. Brett Favre for the Packers and Dan Marino for the Dolphins. So now that David stepped out, a Dolphins hit came in. Where'd I put the other one? Ah, here we go. So that's going to have to be randomized. Okay, we got our auto coming up. And it is refracted. For the Colts, Dante Moncrief out of 250. Then underneath that, red and yellow, Jace McCown for the Buccaneers. Nice. We got a fresh faces parallel, refracted parallel. Teddy Bridgewater, the Vikings. These are like 1 in 96 packs. For the Bengals, believe the hype, Jeremy Hill. Double hit pack. First one is Terrence West of the Browns. And then Zach Ertz of the Eagles. So back-to-back orange. You're back and you saw. Cool. Can't hide it from you. So, David, did you bring me a drink? Okay. Starting off the last third. Another Bengals. Giovanni Bernard. So that's a duplicate there. Fresh faces. Green and yellow. Alfred Morris. Redskins. Guys, I like this. Hopefully it's a low serial numbered. But we got a die cut auto. Okay, we've had this guy before. Okay, it's not tremendously low. Zach Stacy of the Rams. And it's 32 out of 100. Okay. Okay. Anquan Bolden, hands team, 49ers. There you go. Got another bust for you out of 99. Pittsburgh Steelers. I think that's the second number one of bust too, didn't we? Yep. So, Nick, you're going to be happy. Okay, Jay Cutler for the Bears. Air Marshals. Guys, this was a 3-auto box. Ha Clinton Dix. Green Bay Packers. I think, right? Yeah, because we got the 2 redemptions. We got the Dante Moncrief earlier on, the Zach Stacy die cut, and then the Clinton Dix. So not a bad box. Never a bad box when you get 3 hits, so that's going to make that extra Panini points that much sweeter. Yeah, I remember pulling them before. I'm not sure if I pulled the silver one, though. The one that was out of 99. Make them pay for it. Hey, as hot and humid as it is here, I'll take that Dr. Pepper, bub. Oh, speaking of which, the other day I decided to treat myself. I knew I was walking, wasn't driving. There's box 5. Anyway, so I swung by, got me something nice to eat, got me a Bud Light, and then the girl there that I know was talking about this new stuff that they got. They got a beer, and you guys might already had it, but I've never seen it before. But it tastes exactly like a root beer. It goes down smooth. There's no hint of any alcohol. I could see somebody getting in trouble from, drinking too much of it, standing up, and just letting it kick you. Hey, Geach, I'll have to message you because honestly I can't remember. She showed me the bottle. I was looking at it, and I think she said it was made in Michigan, I believe. Let me try something real quick. I believe this is the one that she showed me that says, "Not your father's root beer. Ale with a taste of spices." With 5.9% alcohol. Like I said, you can sit there and drink 3 or 4 of them just on a hot summer day, not think anything about it. Stand up and you're through. Actually, 3 or 4 probably won't be too bad, but it's just the aspect of you're not going to have the effect of just drinking soda. Okay, last couple packs. Box 5 will be rolling. Yep. I'll get that one later. Okay, let's see if we can't get another 3-hit box, or at least a good low number hit. Okay, so starting off, green and yellow. Okay, Cody Latimer for the Broncos. Our next fresh face is another Cody Latimer, Broncos. So back-to-back Bronco hits. Okay, tell you what, back-to-back-to-back Broncos hits. Bradley Roby for the Broncos. Okay, nice black and white card. Lance Allworth, Chargers. Our next die cut for the Texans, Jadeveon Clowney. Believe the hype. Okay. Golden Tate, Detroit Lions. And that one's upside down. That's weird. Okay. Our next fresh faces, Blake Bortles, Jaguars. Double hit packed. First one, Lamar Miller for the Dolphins. Okay, and then Chad Henne for the Jaguars, red and yellow. Green and yellow for the Cardinals, Carson Palmer. Next intro is RG3 for the Redskins. There you go, John. Okay. Out of 99, also for the Redskins, Andre Roberts. And yes, he's in a Cardinal uniform, but if you look down bottom, you can barely read it. It says traded to the Redskins. And then you see the emblem on the back. Okay, Air Marshal, Russell Wilson. Seahawks. Okay, we got an orange auto coming up. Speaking of the Seahawks, Paul Richardson out of 75. We don't see too many of his autos pop up. Red and yellow for the Buccaneers, Mike Evans. Double hit. Julian Edelman hands team. Patriots, and then for the Saints, Marquise Colston orange. Okay, so last portion. Nice. Starting to see some numbers for Odell Beckham. Okay, that's out of 125 for the Giants. And then red and yellow for the Bills, Fred Jackson. We got our next random. Jerry Rice and Calvin Johnson, 49ers and Lions. I think that's the second one. Yep. So we got 2 of those. If you two guys are in the room and watching, if you guys just want to split it without doing a random, I'll just send one to each of you. If I don't get a confirmation of that, I'll just go ahead and random. But the risk with that is somebody could end up with both of them. But let me know. I'm easy to please. I'm just trying to spread the wealth. Okay, Jason Verrett for the Chargers. And then we got an intro parallel. Colin Kaepernick for the 49ers. Well, that sucks. Okay, hands team. Pierre Garçon for the Redskins. Three autos in box number 4. One auto. Okay, split. Hey, I appreciate that, sister. But only one auto in box number 5. And they got a nice little caveat. It says, all cards are randomly inserted across production run and are not guaranteed in any individual pack, box, or case. Okay, so even though the advertisement says 2 autos per box, unless it's replaced by Panini points, if we only got 1 auto, that's all we get. Oh, I was hoping a video would sit there and work to our advantage and show that we only pulled 1. Okay, box number 6. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and squirrels, let me explain this real quick because there is a couple of you that are new. What I do is for my last box, I got a promo that I run. It started off at $5, and for each time that it does not get selected, I take 20% of that and I add it forward. So it has gone from $5 all the way up to its current state, which is $25. That is my promo pot. What you have to do is just what Wanderer just put there. Give me a name of who you think the last autograph will be. Okay, it does not have to be from your team. Okay, 1 guess per person. Okay, and 1 player can be picked once. In other words, 5 of you can't pick Odell Beckham. Okay, so anyway, you got until the time frame that I open up all these packs. Once I scroll down, or once I start getting ready to go through the packs, that's when all guesses will stop. Okay, so I've got 8 viewers at max. I should have 8 guesses. Okay. Again, it is the last auto. Okay, so Ryan Shazier, the Steelers. Sammy Watkins of the Bills. Get those guesses in. Ryan Tannehill. Gotcha. Sankey. Titans popping on board. Hey, it's 4 of you. Let's get the other 4 going. Bortles, Jaguars. Again, I'll remind you, I've got another duplicate break ending tomorrow night. Another 6-box case of or a 6-box half case break of the Panini Prizm. We'll finish off this case. And then we got another 4 boxes of 2014 Topps Supreme. Okay, so good product, good mixture. Tonight's portion of the Supreme netted 5 hits, besides some lower series number parallels, but 5 hits instead of 4. So that's always a good thing. Okay, so let me check my eBay messages and make sure nobody sent me anything. I do know some people watches me on an app, which means they can't chat. Okay, so the guesses stop at Bortles, so I'll read them back again. I got Ryan Shazier of the Steelers, Sammy Watkins of the Bills, Ryan Tannehill of the Dolphins, Sankey of the Titans, and Bortles, obviously, of the Jaguars. Okay, so guesses are in, and box 6 has been busted. Let's go. Right off the bat, we got an upside down Marshall Faulk for the Rams out of 99. We got a normal fresh face as Teddy Bridgewater, okay, for the Vikings. Okay, so our first auto is going to be a base auto, and nobody guessed it, so that's a good thing. Tevin Reese of the Chargers. Set that right there till I sleeve them. Okay, parallel, Russell Wilson of the Seahawks, Air Marshal. Okay, ODB, Believe the Hype for the Giants. I've actually called his name off more tonight. That's a good thing. Cyrus Kouandangio for the Bills, red and yellow. Our next Air Marshal, Jay Cutler for the Bears. I think that's our second one. Got another Frank Gifford parallel. Okay, for the Giants, green and yellow. Hopefully that next one's a tie-dye. I ain't seen no tie-dye pop up. Okay, so for the Steelers, Martavius Bryant. Underneath that, we got Mr. Lott, San Francisco 49ers, and this is 3 out of 10. This is not the orange, guys. This is the gold. Okay. Would have been nice to see that one autographed. Of course, he's not a rookie. He would have been one of the veterans. Jordy Nelson for the Green Bay Packers hands teams. Jay Cutler for the Bears, orange. This one's upside down again. Okay, out of 125, that's Greg Robinson for the Rams. Can't tell if that's a tie-dye or not. I'm seeing some color with the light above, but I can't quite make it out. Anyway, fresh faces. Sammy Watkins for the Bills. Okay, it's not tie-dye. It is an NFL emblem. Okay, and it is autoed. And guys, unless this is a 3-auto box, Jeff Janis, Green Bay Packers. And that's the NFL emblem, and that is serial numbered out of 75. Underneath that, red and yellow Lance Alwar for the Chargers. A.J. McCarron for the Bengals. Intro, Alex Smith for the Chiefs. Let's get these bad boys sleeved real quick. Okay, last part of the box. What? What? Okay. Okay, back-to-back oranges. First one's Marion Grice for the Chargers, and then Cordarrelle Patterson for the Vikings. And we couldn't get away without having another card to random. Brett Favre, Green Bay Packers, Peyton Manning for the Broncos. James Lofton, Green Bay Packers. Another Chargers, Antonio Gates. And then our last hit for the box and the half case. Another hands team, Julian Edelman for the Patriots. Okay, so our promo will stay capped at 25 from now on, unless, of course, somebody wins it. Okay. So let me bring the monitor down. Okay, so just to show real quick the autos that were pulled, and I'll get everything else sleeved. Do a more formal recap, but I'll probably do that in the morning. Okay, so no particular order. Jeff Janis, Green Bay Packers out of 75. Okay, Tevin Reese for the Chargers, base auto. Paul Richardson, that's also out of 75. Die cut auto out of 100, Zach Stacy for the Rams. Base auto for the Green Bay Packers, HaHa Clinton Dix. Out of 250 for the Colts, Dante Moncrief. Out of 75, Chris Borland, 49ers. Base auto for the Jaguars, Chris Smith. Nice one out of 15, Brandon Cooks for the Saints. And then green and yellow out of 50, Jimmy Garoppolo for the Patriots. And then our best parallel that we pulled tonight, Mr. Ronnie Lott for the San Francisco 49ers. That is number 3 out of 10. Okay, you guys stick with me for just a hair bit. I'll go ahead and set up these randoms, and we'll get this going.